The member for McEwen in continuation.
Deputy Speaker. I represent over 37,000 people who work in industries affected by unsociable hours, and that's including the 8,500 who work in retail, 8,000 who work in healthcare, social assistance and 3,700 workers in the accommodation and food services industry. Removing penalty rates, overtime shift and work allowance for public holiday pay is the introduction of round-the-clock work and lengthening the working day. Now, I know this because my father worked night shift for 35 years in the printing room at the Herald Sun, and I've seen firsthand how the many issues that shift workers face, such as health and wellbeing, family and social disconnection. He was unable to participate in normal family life because when we were getting up in the morning to go to school, he'd just gone to bed after a full night's work. So it meant often he'd miss out on family functions, school sports events and be there for other activities when a parent would like to spend time with their kids. When I worked for the RACV, I had to work Christmas Day and both day and night shifts on weekends. And I know this had a big impact on my own family life. And I'm not going to stand for the Liberal government's refusal to acknowledge the breadth and the impact that these ridiculous decisions they are making on our community. Our office has been inundated with constituents seeking advice about incorrectly calculated Centrelink death. Now, I know I'm not my Pat Malone there. The state of these robo-debts leaves vulnerable people is just appalling. Take, for example, an elderly woman in Seymour who is currently caring for her 17-year-old grandson who's disabled. She had been benefiting from the family tax A and B to help her support his needs. In October last year, her grandson was approved and backdated for the disability support payment, which somehow leaves her ineligible for the family tax benefits. Now she's being asked to pay back the tax benefits she received since her grandson's payment began. On top of that, Centrelink will not allow her to apply for an interest-free loan, which has left her in the lurch about where to go. So she's got to pay back money that she didn't know was coming from her grandson because of this government's inability to be able to run even a chook raffle, let alone a social welfare system. Without these benefits, she's going to be unable to register her car, pay everyday expenses, which severely impacts the quality of life that she and her grandson experience. Now, Centrelink has already started deducting payments from her latest payments without even having the decency to consult her. It's a clear example of how this government does not care about the little people. Why is this government not committed to providing families with the right information for their situation? Why isn't the government investing in IT phones and better staffing for Centrelink? You know, it's a question that people ask every day. It's disappointing the government is turning its back on families throughout McEwen and Australia. You know, I'm very proud to keep fighting for the people of McEwen and because I know that these services are so important to them. It's Labor that puts people first. That was our election promise and it's the bedrock of our values and it's something that I and my colleagues firmly stand behind. The Liberal government looks for ways to cut and save, but what they don't see is the true impacts. They refuse to see that the numbers translate into people, into families, into every single Australian. This government has backed down on so many of its promises, it's failed to deliver properly for the people of McEwen or the nation as a whole. And that's why 8 months on, I'm not going to back down until they start delivering for our communities. One thing I've been very proud of in my time as being an MP is being able to deliver every promise I've ever made. I said to the people of McEwen, I'm here for you and I still will be, and I will fight this government tooth and nail till it starts to realise that it can't keep cutting and hurting people who can least afford it. Yeah.